guys, welcome to my channel. So it's happened again. I have come up against a move that I do not know a name for, but I also really wanted to do a tutorial for. I'm gonna call this one the Swan, because I've seen it called that a couple of times, but of course if you know another name, please let me know in the comments. And I'm also going to show you how to add in lion rolls in a transition from the end of this move. It's really simple, and it's a great way to get into your lion roll. But first, the advertisements. Yes, it's a quick advertisement just to say please take a minute to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out when you guys do that. Plus, I've got lots of other great aerial videos over there. So take a minute, check it out, and subscribe. Okay, moving on, let's do some pro tips. My first pro tip is to keep the hoop low on your back in your dragonfly. We're starting off this move from dragonfly, very similar to Amazon, and if the hoop is up by your shoulder blades, it's going to be a lot harder to get your legs up and get into the next step of the transition. Once you get your legs up, we're going to come to pro tip number 2, which is to try to have the bottom of the hoop on your waist. If it's on your hip, this move is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but if you put it on your waist, in other words above your hip bones, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable and secure in the final position. And my third pro tip is once you take your leg off the top, to point your toes back towards your head and try to have that leg a little bit behind you. That's really going to help you balance. Those are your pro tips, so let's go on and break it down. Start sitting in the hoop. Place one hand next to your hips and the other hand behind the hoop and at least 3/4 of the way up the side, close to the span set. Wiggle your feet and walk your hips out the front of the hoop into a dragonfly. I already have a tutorial for dragonfly on my channel. It's got a little bit different entry if you prefer a different entry. That video is linked in the description of this video and also at the top of your screen right now. Make sure to keep your supporting arm nice and straight so that you have control. When you're ready, replace your free arm on the hoop and lift your legs up. You're placing one foot on the top of the hoop, coming from the back with your toes coming around the front of the span set to wrap around and hold you on. The other leg is bent under the bottom bar of the hoop, and you're bringing your foot around to the front of the hoop. The pressure from the foot on the front of the hoop will help hold you nice and steady. You are also rotating your torso around to face down. You want to end up with one arm behind you, still holding the side of the hoop, your torso facing down towards the ground, and your hips nice and secure on the bottom bar of the hoop. From there, you should feel pretty locked in, especially with that bottom foot on the front of the hoop, and you can take off your top foot, coming into this beautiful little stag wrapped around the hoop position. Come out of it simply, just take your free leg, bring it back through the center of the hoop, and hook it on for cradle. You also have to slip out your bottom leg that was hooked. So I'm slipping out my bottom hooked leg, I'm putting my free leg back into the hoop, and I have a nice cradle position. If you're feeling ambitious, here's your transition into lion rolls. Once you take that foot off the top bar of the hoop, you are pretty much already in your position to start your lion rolls. You just need to bend your top arm, get the hoop into your armpit, and then start your momentum by really throwing that arm down and lifting that back leg up to get you rotating around the bottom of the hoop, and you are into your lion rolls. Please make sure to wear a shirt of some kind when you're doing your lion rolls, or you will end up like me, the idiot who has no skin on her arm or back. Here's the whole thing in real time so you can see how it works. I really love this transition. First off, it's a much simpler and prettier way to start your lion rolls. And secondly, just by itself, I think it is absolutely gorgeous. That position once you take your leg off is really, really pretty just to sit and hold while you spin. Once again, I'm going to remind you to please check out my channel and subscribe. I've got lots of other aerial tutorials for all other levels. And with that, I will say I'll lose the ability to talk, and then I'll say I'll see you next time.